Hello there, and welcome to Switch News Network. So today we're gonna have a different type of video. We usually have something a little bit more Nintendo news and general gaming stuff, but today we're going to be reviewing a game. This game is Runner 3. The Runner series is one of these iconic indie games that gets adopted by the gaming community and other gaming companies like Nintendo, PlayStation, and Steam. We've actually seen this before. The most recent or well-known example of this would be Shovel Knight, who actually makes a cameo in this game with several other indie game characters. So basically, on textbook, this would be a regular third-person 3D platformer, kind of like Sonic Generations or Mario or whatever you want to call it. But whenever you look into it, it's actually much more than that. The game could be very hard at times since you have different gimmicks that you could do with your character, like sliding or jumping or even using jump springs. Then we have these little sort of gimmicks and more interesting sections where you ride minecarts and go-karts and even an airplane in some parts. And even though this game looks very simple, it's a very hard game. I mean, within the first like 7 or 8 levels, I was asking myself if it was me or if the game is actually this hard. And the game is actually meant to be hard. It's like Super Meat Boy. And I found myself spending maybe 30 minutes or 20 minutes on each level whenever I surpassed maybe the first 6 levels. I think the reason being all the new gimmicks you start learning throughout the game, like sliding and double jumping and kicking and using springs. I mean, eventually they all get so compressed and the levels move so fast that I got to a point sometimes where I didn't even know what buttons I was pressing, and those points could be very annoying. But I guess the game never really got boring. I mean, I was always entertained by the game, and I would always say like, oh, I'll play one more level, and I would actually go ahead and play maybe 2 or 3 more after that one, or stay up maybe a couple more hours just playing the game because it's very entertaining. Now let's talk visuals. So this is basically like a 3D Jimmy Neutron type of visuals. I'm not sure if you ever saw that show, but that's what it really reminds me of. But in the main like aesthetic of the game, it's basically a supermarket from the 80s theme, you know? Kind of looks like Sausage Party, and it's very fun. Sometimes I will lose just because I was getting entertained by the backgrounds, to be honest, which is probably not the best strategy for this game. But I mean, it's very appealing and everything looks like so friendly and nice. Or this like hot dog level actually looks kind of terrifying, but at the same time it was like so funny or cool for some reason. One of my biggest complaints would be the music. The music isn't necessarily bad, just that it's not like Geometry Dash's music where it's like on point and you actually vibe with the music to get through the levels. I feel like the music is just like kind of annoying and repetitive, and it doesn't really like help the game out in any specific way. So I found myself just playing the game either without volume or while I was watching Netflix, I'll just have it in the background. I can't really show you the music because of Nintendo's famous copyright strikes and claims, so yeah, you could search it up if you guys want, but I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest. Character design wise, I don't really mind it. It's simple, and honestly I don't feel like changing it to other characters like Shovel Knight because I feel like it takes out the main aesthetic of the game. And also, look at that ass. Another thing that I'll keep off the grading criteria, but I really enjoyed, were these little like commercial ads that they put whenever you pop up the game. I haven't gotten any repeated ones, but they're very funny and kind of cute, to be honest. So, based off the criteria I've mentioned before, I would give this game an 8 out of 10. On the eShop, it's like $1.25 right now, so there's no reason why you shouldn't pick it up. And even if you don't have a Nintendo Switch, it's pretty cheap on Steam, so I would still recommend it to you guys. Thanks for watching, and tune in tomorrow for more Switch News Network.